What if I told you that Ripple, the company behind XRP, is trying to become an actual US bank? This isn't clickbait, it's real. Ripple has officially applied for a US national bank charter and a Federal Reserve master account. If this gets approved, XRP may become the first crypto-backed asset directly tied into the US banking system. And that could change everything for the future of crypto. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear has the power to shift the entire financial system. Part 1. What did Ripple just do? The blockchain company behind the XRP token just made a historic move. It filed for a US national bank charter, which would let Ripple operate as a federally regulated bank. A Federal Reserve master account, giving it direct access to US monetary infrastructure. Think about that. A crypto company, applying for the same privileges as JP Morgan, Bank of America, and Wells Fargo, if approved. This would make Ripple the first blockchain-native institution with direct access to the Federal Reserve. This isn't just about XRP, it's about rewriting the rules of banking itself. Part 2. Why is this a big deal? Most crypto companies rely on third-party banks to hold funds, clear payments, and interact with the legacy system. But a Fed master account would give Ripple, to payment rails like FedWire, instant access, the ability to settle transactions directly in USD, power to act as a full-fledged crypto-native financial institution. This would eliminate middlemen, reduce costs, and speed up international settlements. One of Ripple's core missions, and here's the game changer, Ripple could settle XRP transactions directly through the Fed, with no need for traditional banks. That's decades ahead of where most altcoins are. Part 3. Will the Fed approve this? Now, the big question. Will the US government actually approve this? Here's the current situation. The Federal Reserve is cautious but under pressure to modernize stablecoin regulation in crypto. Banking laws are finally being defined in 2025. Ripple's legal battle with the SEC is over, and they won. They're now legally recognized as a non-security. That legal clarity makes Ripple a much stronger candidate than in the past. And given the Fed's own experiments with a digital dollar, approving Ripple could align with modernization goals. Part 4. What this means for XRP. If this application is approved, XRP becomes more than just a token. It becomes the liquidity engine for Ripple Bank, a regulated federal-level financial entity. That means XRP could be used for interbank settlements. Cross-borders, big financial institutions may finally integrate XRP with less regulatory fear. Price speculation would go wild, because utility would no longer be just theory. This move would put XRP in a completely different league from other altcoins. We're not talking about meme coins or pump and dumps. We're talking about infrastructure-level integration with US finance. Part 5. XRP price outlook. What happens next? Let's talk numbers. If Ripple is approved for a Fed master account, here's what could happen to XRP's price. Short-term, surge in hype, possibly testing $1.50, $2 quickly mid-term. As partnerships grow, $3, $5 range becomes realistic. Long-term, if Ripple becomes a full-scale clearing bank using XRP, we could be looking at $8 to $10 or more. But remember, this is not guaranteed. It all hinges on regulatory approval. Still, it shows you just how far ahead Ripple is compared to 99% of the crypto world. Part 6. What you should do as an investor applying for a banking license. Let's be honest. Most people in crypto are still chasing meme coins and hype pumps. Meanwhile, Ripple is playing the long game, building relationships, winning lawsuits, and now. So what can you do? Do your own research on Ripple's bank charter filings. Follow us regulatory updates closely. Watch for news from the Fed and OCC. Think beyond price. Focus on real-world utility. Because in the next bull run, the coins that matter will be the ones building real infrastructure, not just noise. So, could Ripple become the first crypto-powered US bank? If the Fed says yes, XRP may not just be a coin anymore. It could be part of the core financial system. Tell me in the comments, would you trust a Ripple bank? And how high can XRP go with this kind of approval? And if you found this video helpful, subscribe to Crypto Knowledge 05 and share this with someone who still thinks XRP is Just another altcoin because they need to know this isn't a joke anymore.